Big up, good afternoon, guys. What's good? What's good? You know what it is. You know what it is. It's your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, and it's a little bit of afternoon update, some breaking news, stuff coming out, information coming in about SIGN Amrabat and a few other players, guys. And I'll bring it to the stage one time as to not delay too much. But big up to you guys coming in. Big up to you, J United. What's good, Stephanie Griffith? Thank you so much, Jay. Big up. With all you guys' support, I couldn't do it without you guys. That's the honest truth. Big up to you, Kenny Fan TV. What's good, my bro? Number 4, Amrabat. You know what it is, guys. And yes, we're talking about Amrabat, guys. Let's get right into this. I'm going to keep it brief right now because I'm going out in a few minutes. So I just wanted to come and give you guys a little update. And Manchester United make a decision on the Amrabat transfer, guys. This is coming out right now, hot in the minute. Manchester United have informed Fiorentina that they will not trigger the €20 million buy option clause for SIGN Amrabat. Amrabat made 30 appearances in all competitions after joining Manchester United on loan from Fiorentina last summer. Guys, the Moroccan international struggled during his first opening months at the Premier League, but improved across the second half of the campaign, starting with a 2-1 win over Manchester City in the FA Cup final. And, you know, Fabrizio Romano is reporting that United have informed Fiorentina that they do not intend to activate the $20 million purchase option in Amrabat's loan deal. However, Erik ten Hag remains an admirer of the player, and the Red Devils are understood to be open to discussing a permanent deal for a lower fee. Guys, we were talking about this. I did say to you guys that they probably will let this run out so they can renegotiate for like something in the region of 12 million. Amrabat has interest from other clubs, but spoke of his desire to remain at Old Trafford following the FA Cup win at Wembley. Speaking to Zigo Sports after the FA Cup final, Amrabat said, "Do I already know what I'm going to do next year? No, we are going to talk. Staying is certainly an option. Look, I think it's been a very difficult season for Manchester United. It needs to be much better. And also for me personally, we are going to talk. Manchester United are the biggest club in the world. So who wouldn't want to play football here? But all parties have to be happy with each other. So we will sit down now and see what happens." Guys, Manchester United have not triggered the clause, but they still intend to bring him back. Let's see how this goes. Like I was saying to you guys, this could be something that could be going on till maybe the end of this month or possibly the first week in August. So guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. Big up to you, Kezia. What's good, Kazi? Big up to you, Yali. Good day. You know, my house, it's a ghost town. There are 2 PCs, 2 beds, 1 washing machine, 1 fork, 1 knife, and a bowl left in my house. The cleaners removed everything. What? Wow, that's crazy. They took all your stuff, bro. That's insane, bro. Big up. J United, nice one, board. Actual football brains at our club. Now Amrabat is Everton standard. Rubbish. Big up, Jay. Big up, Jay. What's good, Kenny? What are your thoughts? If we get Amrabat on a cheaper price, you would take it? Possibly. Big up to you, Shreddy Post. What's good, Sal? I hope you're having a great day, my brother. What's good? Let's bring up some interesting news. I know, guys, early on today, I was giving you guys a report that there was possibility that Manchester United would be open to hearing, you know, some form of negotiations for Mason Mount, possibly this summer. Well, there are some reports coming out right now that Mason Mount does not want to leave Manchester United and is not for sale. Manchester United are not considering selling Mason Mount under any circumstances this summer. The 25-year-old signed for Red Devils last season from Chelsea for £55 million on a deal, but failed to make a real impact, providing 1 assist and just 1 goal in the entire campaign. Now, guys, you know, for me, to be fair, the England international, this was largely down to incredibly bad luck that he had with injuries, and he could not play more than 20 matches during the entire campaign. Consequently, he has become somewhat of a forgotten man at Old Trafford, with numerous fans commenting online during the season on the invisibility at the club. There have been some rumors that Erik ten Hag would be willing to let the former Chelsea man leave this summer, as he was attracting plenty of interest from other sides. Romano contests this viewpoint, however, claimed that in this daily briefing that United are insistent that the attacking midfielder should remain at Old Trafford. There were reports yesterday about Mason Mount potentially leaving United. From what I've heard on the club and player side, however, it's exactly the same. and that's Mount doesn't want to leave United. He wants to do his best to show his skills at United, and he will be given a chance to do so. Guys, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this report. As you know, guys, Mason Mount is one of those players who was at the club but had not given his best last term, and he will be having to do that this season. Whether the reports of him being possibly open to Man United being possibly open to letting him leave, I think that's up in the air. You know how this new regime has been operating, so it's going to be interesting to see what what I mean is going on. Let's see what else is happening in the news, guys. And there's some reports coming out today that Juventus are still in for Jadon Sancho, guys. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this deal because Matthias Sule is just about to be sold, and they're planning on using that funding to recruit Jadon Sancho. As we know, he has been given a chance by the manager after they had their conversations that he will possibly be, and he has in the plans of the manager. Some people think it's just a ploy. Some people like me think it's a possibility that they actually have put things to bed, but it's one of those interesting things. Manchester United preseason win over Rangers got fans a chance to see new recruit Leny Yoro as well. It's going to be interesting what happens with Jadon Sancho, guys. I'm of the opinion that if a big offer comes in, he can go. If not, let him take his chance and see if he can offer something positive for Manchester United. At the end of the day, we need a deep squad, and it's going to take a lot for this season if we want to get in the top four, and we want to compete to the final of the Europa Cup as well as the FA Cup and possibly the Carabao. Guys, what are your thoughts in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking. Maybe this means we're close on the Ugarte deal. I think so, my bro. I think so. Honestly, I think I think we might have a multiple signing this week because I think we're still going to get a defender and a midfielder this week as well. I think they're going to be, it could be more, it could be less, but you never know with Manchester United. They're doing good business at the moment, and I would not put it past them. Mounts deserve more chance than Rashford to prove himself in the next season. 100%, I do agree with that. At the same time, every player deserves a chance to give his all. And, we just signed Mount, so he definitely has this season, possibly till January. Maybe he's going to do it. Yeah, GB, thank you so much, bro. Big up, big up. It's with all you guys, bro. And, you made sure and send me batteries so I can do my streams on time. Consistency is key as well. And thank you to all the support. Let's hope Sock Show gets sold and we can get Simons. 100%. I'm looking forward to possibly adding Simons into the fold. I think on a loan deal, it's going to be interesting if we can get it done. And guys, it's not going to cost that much. His wages are not going to be anything more than possibly 70K in pounds. He's receiving something like 35 to 45K a week right now. And giving him 70K, it's going to more than double his salary. So that's going to be very interesting to see what we do and how he gets in. It's Oyati. What? Big up, big up. So, let's see there's another report that's been coming out. And, I had read a little bit on this. And it's kind of interesting to see that this is coming from a former player of Manchester United. I'm not one to focus on anyone, but, when you take shots at the club, it's a bit difficult to accept it. And former Manchester United stalwart Mary Earps has been taking shots at Manchester United, saying that she's finally where she wants to be and that she's now playing for a top team after all. And that's really interesting to me, seeing that, Manchester United was instrumental in her rise and development in her career. You know what I mean? And now she's talking like if Manchester United is some scrub. I think that's pretty interesting coming from her. And I would have not expected that, to be fair, guys. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how the weeks turn out. I know Manchester United has recently signed 3 women's team players. Melvin Millard has gotten a permanent contract, as well as Petter Jansen comes in defense, and the young Danish striker. So it's really interesting to see how it's going to be progressing. As you know, guys, Manchester United are about to leave for the USA tour. It's going to be preseason. You know what I mean? There's some interesting reports coming out with about Matthijs de Ligt at the moment, and some people are saying that the deal is possibly off. But I think the club president of Bayern Munich, is just speaking and saying some things. Personally, the Eurogiants president hints he'd rather sell United target than his senior counterpart. To be fair, and it's one of those things. You know what I mean? It's interesting to see what's going on with this deal. This deal it has not really stalled, but Bayern Munich definitely needs to get a player out of the door, because if not, they won't be able to bring in their targets. So let's see how it progresses, and I'm going to be waiting for that, guys. I think you're definitely going to hear some more concrete news this week, right before United go on tour. I would not put it past them to get a few signings in to boost, the hype in a way. You know what I mean? Ugarte would be a big signing. I don't think we can miss out on him. I hope we hear some news next week. Stretty, I think definitely we're going to see something more on that very soon. It might even be tomorrow. I've been hearing some reports today in Germany. I haven't been able to get a confirmation on if I could talk about that yet. But at the same time, it's very possible that we could be getting some news on Ugarte during the day tomorrow. You know what I mean? Oh, the pronunciation of his name. Oh, okay. Okay. Ugarte. Uyate. But, bro, too much drama, bro. Too much drama. Big up to you, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna be doing the Marseille watches longs as well. 100%. You know it's coming. You know it's coming, bro. I got a bet with Will, and I'm gonna take his money, because you know what? I'm bagging on it, and it's gonna happen, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. GV Uyate. I hear you, bro. Big up. No, I don't mean to be disrespectful, bro, but I can't pronounce everything all the time perfect. And I'm to be fair, like I just felt like, you know, I was saying Ugarte, but I think that's what the commentators say as well in Spanish as well. So it's weird, bro, if you know what I mean. Casemiro is getting sold. Looks like his wages will be hard for the club. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, but with Casemiro, what I can say is that you can expect some concrete information and concrete news coming out this week from Saudi Arabia on the players that they are attacking in the Premier League. I think they're going to start launching bids. Whether Casemiro goes or not, in one instance, my guys, I think his agent has been in talks for the last few months. Whether or not they're going to move, I think it's very possible, one of those things, especially with the fact that I think the new structure is kind of pushing him out the door. So it's one of those things. Brendan, calm down, calm down, calm down. Yeah, she has left Space MFC. Yeah, big up, big up. Well, not really. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot. It's not only they have been reporting it. There were like a bunch of different reports on that same article. That was just the one that I picked because I think it had a nicer picture of her. The other ones have a kind of weird looking has some weird looking pictures from side angles and stuff. So that's why it's just really, you know, big up to everyone coming in. And guys, like Manchester United are making some move. I've been hearing some reports about João Neves, and I didn't really want to bring this to the table because for me, it's one of those deals where I feel like the price and the fact that that Benfica has not opened to agreements with us to try to sell the player for the same price that they're accepting from PSG is kind of a little bit of a disrespect to our club. But at the same time, there are some reports coming out that Benfica confirm a bid has been made for Man United and Arsenal target. Benfica president confirms yesterday that the bid from Paris Saint-Germain for João Neves, who has been linked with moves to Manchester United and Arsenal, is in. The 19-year-old enjoyed an incredible debut season for Benfica, registering 55 appearances across all competitions while contributing to his team's second-place finish in Liga Portugal. Neves' performance have attracted the attention of a number of clubs across Europe, with Premier League scouts reportedly monitoring the player towards the end of last season. But it was release clause written into Neves' Benfica contract, that is thought to stand at 120 million euros, at a figure which has been deemed too high by his list of potential suitors. This has not stopped Paris Saint-Germain from making a move, though, with Costa revealing not only a bid has been made, but also Benfica's willingness to sell doesn't necessarily hinge on Neves' release clause being paid in full. And he's quoted as saying, "I never said that João Neves would only be able to leave for his release clause, and therefore those claims are false. What I can say in relation to João Neves is that there's an offer on the table." You know what I mean? It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Right now, Manchester United might be actually helping facilitate this move with our purchase of Manuel Ugarte for 60 million euros. But it's up in the air, guys. I think Manchester United have been reported to be considering making a shock bid, a third bid for João Neves. If that happens, it's probably going to happen sometime during the day tomorrow. It's something that I'm kind of hoping that we don't do, because I think, from my personal opinion, Manuel Ugarte is what we need more. And right now, João Neves is a luxury that we don't really need, in my honest opinion. And who knows, he could go to Paris Saint-Germain and not enjoy it there and want to move next season, and maybe we can get him then for a lesser fee. Yeah, Chido Obi Martins, the young striker from Arsenal, 32 goals in 18 games last season. I think he's almost certainly a Manchester United player. He will be probably announced tomorrow, if not by Tuesday or Wednesday. It's one of those things, I think, for sure, where we will find the information. It's a little bit different when you're dealing with the youngsters, Kenny. You know what I mean? He's 16 years old, so it's not like a professional contract. Of course, you're going to have to meet the requirements of the age. Well, he does have an agent, and his parents are going to be there and involved, so it has to work hand in hand, because he needs to also develop as a young human being as well. It's a little bit different. Big up to Tommy Boy. Junior Predator released a statement saying Anthony's going nowhere and he wants to fight with his place with us. That's not gutting, Tommy Boy. I think that's a good thing, and I think that's to be expected. I don't think it would have been realistic that Anthony would have been leaving or going on loan. Two things would have severely hampered that, and that is his market value, and the fact that if we do want to sell him, if we sell him on loan, we're basically cutting his market value 20 million pounds already. You know what I mean? That's pretty bad. So in a way, I think the club is doing the right thing by giving him 6 months to prove himself. That way he could either maintain or raise his market value, and therefore you might get some clubs being more interested in taking him on come the January window if need be. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah, Mbeg, I was just talking about Ugarte just now, and Ugarte is one of those players that, the deal with United, he has just put in a transfer request as well. Oh, I forgot to mention that, guys. Ugarte has put in a transfer request to PSG. He wants the move to Manchester United. It's kind of something similar to Anthony. Well, of course, he hasn't reached to the part of going on strike yet, but he has put in a transfer request to PSG, which also puts them in quite the predicament, because now they can no longer haggle on the price. They're going to have to do a deal with Manchester United. And as we know, Manchester United had valued him somewhere in the region of £40 million plus 5 in add-ons. So if that deal is going to be done, you can hear some quick news about it. Oh, this is exactly why I went live. Big up to you, Nbeg, because I came on and I was so hyped to talk to you guys that I kind of forgot that this is the major headline. Oh, man, I apologize. Ugarte has sent in a transfer request, guys. That is the headline of the stream. This is the big information breaking today. Right now, this very moment, Ugarte has put in a transfer request. So this now kind of tilts the table into Manchester United favors. And maybe, just maybe, guys, you know what I mean? It will put us in a situation where we can get this deal over the line possibly tomorrow, or if not by Tuesday. Guys, so look forward to more news on Manuel Ugarte, because I strongly think that now that he put in the transfer request, Man United is going to pounce like the shark that has been waiting in the dark, deep depths. You know what I mean? Big up. Yeah, Manuel Ugarte, Brendan Chappell, you guys killing me with these pronunciations, man. Tommy, no, Compost, being on down the pecking order is perfectly normal. anything can happen in a season, man. You guys are saying to yourselves, I think everyone is writing off Anthony too soon, and he's gonna come back, and some of you are gonna have to apologize. I'll be keeping the receipts, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back now. Just took a phone call. Big up to you, Steph. You know what I mean? You missed it. I I just had a howler there. I came in with a headline, and I wasn't even. I almost forgot to talk about the headline. Yeah, his market value was 25 million when we bought him. Not really. It went up since we bought him, bro, because we bought him for 90 million. So his market value would have increased to somewhere in the region of 65 million pounds. You know what I mean? Of course, you can't blame that on the player. You can't blame that on the manager. You're going to definitely have to blame that on the incompetence of the previous regime. And that's one of the things that's really difficult with his situation. Last season, he also had a really bad situation going on, and I think that affected his mental health and drastically reduced his ability to perform well. Now, I know the first season he didn't pull up any trees, but he did score some important goals that won us some games. So, in my honest opinion, guys, give him a chance. We gave Rashford 10 seasons, guys. If we can do that, surely we can give Anthony one more. You know what I mean? Awesome news. Yeah, he put in the transfer request. This is the big headline why I came on today. This is the major reason why I'm back on a stream right now is that Ugarte put in a transfer request, guys. I'm sorry about that. So this kind of thing puts it in a perspective where it makes the whole situation change. Really and truly now, I think United was not in a place of power before with the Ugarte deal, but now with this transfer request, it changes things in a dynamic fashion. Now PSG has no choice because it would be like they're keeping him hostage. Kind of like what people were saying we did with with Leny Yoro, which is quite crazy. Big up to you, Casimir. Thank you so much. Yeah, talking about Euro, number 15. Big up on the likes, guys. As a Man United fan, you want Anthony to achieve his full potential. 100%. 100%. And Anthony is below Sancho, Ahmad, Rashid. No one is below Marcus Rashford, my bro. And if you watched last season and telling me that there's a player below Marcus Rashford, bro, on the wing, I think Marcus Rashford is not even a starter this season. He should not even start the first game. He should be the one coming off the bench as a substitute more than anyone else. Last season was terrible. It was worse than Anthony, in my honest opinion. Anthony still contributed to us getting to the FA Cup. If Anthony didn't score that goal, we would never have equalized with Liverpool, guys. What are you saying? And he got an assist. You know what I mean? So I think in some ways, I think if we're gonna give Rashford a chance, we got to give Anthony one as well. Yeah, I believe in him. Also a lot because he's from South America. These guys, they come from, you know what I mean. He came from the bottom and he's trying to make it to the top, and he's gonna work hard, guys. He's gonna work hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, if we could get Ugarte and Delit and a left back in, I think it would be really good. One of these really good transfer windows. Big up to you, and Beg. Honestly, to be fair, I think Ineos have already made a statement in the way that they signed Leny Yoro. And to be honest, I'm not too sure we actually do need a left back. I look at young Murray yesterday in the game. I looked at him in the previous game before that. I'm of the opinion that maybe we could wing it. You know what I mean? Let Murray start. Let Malacia or the young Amas back him up. You know what I mean? In the real big games, maybe we could deploy Wan Bissaka if he's still here. You know what I mean? Save some money. You know what I mean? Focus on the midfield. Focus on the center back positions. You know what I mean? Use some of the youth. Big up, guys. Big up to you, Mental Ball Game. And he says big up to the entire chat. Goals for George is saying Anthony just needs to know he's not an automatic starter, and ETH needs to give players only 45 minutes to perform in games, otherwise bench options. Fair rotation of the squad with no favorites. Well, to be honest, Goals for George, I think ETH, what he was doing last season was fair, in my honest opinion. I think Amad Diallo was getting drip fed into the squad just like Garnacho was the season before. And I don't think he deserved more minutes than he got, to be honest. Like, in my honest opinion, Ahmad last season was injured for 3 quarters of the season, which is 9 months. He was injured for 6. He wasn't fit until December. And then when he did get a game and he scored the goal against Liverpool, he took his shirt off, got a red card, and was missing for 2 games because he was on a ban. I don't think Eric Ten Hag could do anything about that. Then when he was supposed to come back against Fulham, he was sick. He had the flu. So it's really interesting. And I think he's definitely going to get more game time this season. And I look forward to that. And I think now that we have multiple options in attack, I think with Xerxes coming in, it gives it more of an interesting dynamic. I think Ten Hag really needed to know that he can trust some of these players. And sometimes a player needs to learn patience, guys. Like, no player is owed a starting position, in my honest opinion. I'm out, Mark. Too much negativity in the chat. Congrats to 400. You deserve. We need more positive people like you in our fan base. Big up to you, my bro. Anthony is by far better in a defensive situation than attacking. I just don't see him. Well, Compose, the honest thing I would say is that if you look at what Anthony does and you look at what Ahmad does, I would say this comparison, to be fair. They do the exact same thing. The only difference is Anthony and was having a bad season and he wasn't getting any luck going forward, but Ahmad was, because he was on it. You know what I mean? So I don't think we should be pitting one better than the other. They're both Manchester United players, and at the end of the day, they should be competing, and the best one wins. United wins. You know what I mean? It's not like if this one doesn't play well and we have the other one there, we shouldn't use him because he had a bad season last season. You know what I mean? How many seasons Rashford has had a bad season? Like 6. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting, guys. So it's just one of those things where I feel like, he's been a little bit hard done, and probably a lot of the situation is down to the fact that he had that situation last year, which made it even worse. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kazi, Ugarte is a definite baller. I think he's not amazing as a deep lying playmaker, but we don't need that. We need someone who's going to come in and destroy and protect. Yeah, I don't think it's him. I think it's the club. At the end of the day, Marcus Rashford is the face of Manchester United, so I don't think it's him. When you see 5, 6 managers having to start him most of the season in every single season anyway. So it's too many managers that came through Marcus Rashford to say any one manager favors him, to be fair. I think it's more of a club situation because he is the face of the project, the star. You know what I mean? Yeah, they play football together as kids as well at Feyenoord, and now they're playing for us as well. I haven't read it, but I would read it later, guys. Big up to goals for George. Rashford was crap against Rosenborg. Rashford has had 8 seasons. Sancho on his 4th season with no improvement. Yeah, this is why I'm saying goals for George. Like with the new structure coming in, guys, I think the PTSD of what happened in the past few seasons is something that we could put behind us a little bit, because going forward, I think we're going to see much more improvement. Not just because there's a structure, but because of the direction, the energy, the goal driven. The entire structure now is driven on success, on performing well. Minute, micro little bits to get you better. I can't remember the saying right now off the top, guys. I'm sorry, but I just feel like minuscule improvements, one step at a time. You take a step in the right direction. I feel like this kind of energy is now surrounding the club with the new structure that's coming in, and it's going to provide a better atmosphere to give players a better chance to perform better, to be in a better state of mind, to come and give their all more readily. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where I look at it from the perspective that the players that we currently have, who does not get sold this summer, we will back them until the January window. You know what I mean? And if their performances aren't good, the ones who were already on the list to leave, then they could leave in the January window, guys. We shouldn't be too upset. I think this structure is one that we can trust. The move that they have making so far, the decisions that they have made to this day, I think it's decisions that we could all be happy with. You know what I mean? So maybe we could give up on the PTSD for a little while and sniff the coffee of the new structure that came in, and maybe it will give us a little more relax. You know what I mean? A little more positivity in the fan base. I get Anthony on free kicks and corners, even penalties. Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? He's very good. He was very good, in my opinion, when he played at the left wing back when he deputized in those 2 games. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we could get him and play him at the left wing back to subsidize for the position that we're lacking. You know what I mean? If Anthony is holding the left back, which one of you are going to be mad at that? I don't think anyone is going to be mad. You know what I mean? I just think he needs to focus, take this as a how to put it, as a test, work hard and work his way back to the front line. And he could definitely get in on attacks and create a lot, possibly even help Marcus Rashford, help Garnacho, help the attack as well, while playing in a deeper role, in a more defensive role. I think it's possible. We need a passing maestro in midfield. We have that, bro. Bruno Fernandes. Never forget it. Never. 36 watching, only 17 likes. Guys, come on, smash that likes. You know what I mean? I'm here for 5 more minutes. You know what I mean? And I hope you guys, let's get to 30 likes before I go. I gotta go. I'm gonna visit the Kermis for the Kermis for the first time. The one that they just set up recently, the last few weeks ago. So I'm gonna check it out, ride some of the rides. Hopefully I have a lot of fun. Big up to you guys. The reason is because Shaw is always injured and so Malacia, so we need a but this is what I'm saying. We could put Anthony in the left back. Anthony's at least as good as Malacia. You know what I mean? Before he got injured in doing his defensive duties, and he's left-footed. I don't think anyone's gonna really get past that guy. He's got a very gritty sense of attitude. You know what I mean? He's a feisty little player, and I like that from him. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ferdy might be a good option, but the biggest problem with Ferdy is that, Galatasaray is asking for somewhere in the region of £35 million, and I don't think Manchester United is interested in spending that much for that player. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think he plays both good and good on the left and the right. As you would remember against Chelsea, that beautiful cross on the outside of his left boot going into Garnacho for the header to the goal. I think it all depends on his state of mind. When he's in a good mood, he can do his best, and we need to get him back to that frame of mind state. Big up to Diego at our low settings, 20 likes. Let's go, guys. Do you think we'll get an Ugarte here we go in the next 48 hours? I think it could be a little bit sooner than that. With the fact that he put in a transfer request, guys, I think it changes things enormously and it speeds up the process. United needs a destroyer, and Ugarte is the chosen one. Big up to you, Abel Nasibu Abeluk. So I hope I got your name right, bro. Big up to you. It was Mary Earps I was referring to as disrespectful. Oh, yo. No worries, GB. I think I read that in the comments before, so I realized I got it wrong. You know what I mean? My bad, bro. My bad. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is with that. You know what I mean? I know some players say some things. I know I was pretty upset with Jadon Sancho for kissing the badge, and saying that he felt like he's home now. I was pretty upset with that, to be fair. So it's one of those things. Ahmad is actually a generational talent, just like Rasmus about Diallo's myth in Atalanta. Ahmad is a higher ceiling, but Anthony is still a good player who needs to improve his game. I mean, I think Anthony's a pretty intelligent footballer. I just really think it was, the way he plays football and the situation. I think it was a powder keg to, that could have possibly ruined his career at the same time. So I hope that he can get himself back on track because he's going to do really well. Well, the delayed deal is stuck in a situation right now. Bayern Munich is a little bit furious that Man United are still pursuing a loan option for Xavi Simons, and it's apparent that Xavi Simons has not decided on choosing Bayern yet. So I think his head might be turning, and this has upset Bayern. And Bayern are trying to stick to their guns to sell the lit at 50 million euros, and we were trying to pay 40. So let's see how it goes. I think Delit might be putting in a transfer request as well tomorrow. You might be hearing that in the news. It might be 2 for 2 again. And you know what? Those deals will be wrapped up very quickly, because if Delit puts in a transfer request, then they have to agree to terms with Manchester United. It's one of those things where if a player puts in a transfer request, it forces the club to come to the table. You know what I mean? 100% GB agrees with you. Goes for George. He definitely agrees with you. I do as well. Yeah, Fernandez is a passing maestro, bro. It's just that Marcus Rashford isn't an intelligent attacking winger. If he was, he would read the game much better, and then therefore he would run where he's supposed to be. and not wait for the ball and try to chase it down. You know what I mean? I think in a lot of situations, it's one of those situations where Bruno's IQ is a little bit too high for some of the players around him, and we need more intelligent players. If you see how Kobe plays with Bruno, it's almost like they are telepathic because they are at a high level of footballing minds. Is this madness true? City offering Pep 200 million to stay? Yes, it is, bro. It is. But I don't mind because you know what? I think, we're going to turn the tide. And like the manager said, eras come to an end. So they might offer Pep 200 million to stay and he might lose the next few Premier Leagues to United. You never know, guys. You know what I mean? It's not set in stone that he's there and he's going to be winning anything. Can I wear my Manchester United shirt, please? Well, I could, but I don't have it on right now. So, like, I have to go and stop the stream. But tomorrow, I will definitely wear my Manchester United shirt, Dean Smith. Don't worry about it. I have quite a few of them. So, I'll wear one tomorrow in the morning, 9:30 8:30 UK time. I will be here. Join me and you will see me in my Manchester United shirt. Maybe I'll wear the red one from 22-23 season. So let us know what you're thinking about that, broski. Big up to you, Abel. Compost. Pep's running out of easy job destinations where he's almost certain to succeed. Yo, I think Pep is a great coach. But in a way, I think he's a checkbook manager. I don't think he's going to take a club that doesn't have billions to spend, hundreds of millions to spend to the top of any table anywhere. I think it's left to be seen. I would like to see it happen just so I could stop saying that. But to be fair, as far as I know, he's always gone to a club that always has one of the deepest pockets and could get everything done easily for him. Big up to AWB. Yo, there's some reports coming in on that on AWB to West Ham, which, is not really conclusive, but it's very possible that you could be hearing confirmation on that this week as well. Whether it's going to be tomorrow or on Tuesday, I am not too sure. But there are confirmation reports that West Ham is very much still locked in talks to get Aaron Wan Bissaka to the Hammers. You know what I mean? Maybe Wan Bissaka is going to London, guys. Hope everyone is prepared for that. In the winger selection, Ahmad, Rashi, or Ahmad and Ganacho. Well, I think I would make Rashford come off the bench this season. I would let him fight for a position to start. I think I would probably go with maybe Ahmad and Ganacho as the starting wingers, or Ahmad and maybe Jaden Sancho. If Jaden Sancho is here, I think I would give him a chance to start a few games to see what he does. Give him some confidence and let him get a run of games. And if he performs well, I'll continue starting him there, and I'll probably alternate Ahmad with Garnacho, and I would definitely be starting Anthony as the left wing back every single game. That's just my word. I wouldn't buy one, to be honest. Yeah, I could, but I don't have the name on the kit, bro. You know what I mean? I haven't put a name on my kit since Ronaldo left. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the next player to come in that's gonna make me put his name on my kit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do your deal. Who else do you consider as a passing maestro? I'll add them to my research. Well, my original passing maestros and stuff were guys like Perlo and Francesco Totti and these guys. You know what I mean? Uh, Currently, I think Kevin De Bruyne, you know, as I said before, Bruno Fernandez. I think Andreas Pereira is also really good. There's a few other good passing players, you know what I mean? I think, James Madison is decent. Mm, Marino was decent. Zubamendi is decent. There are plenty of players, bro. Musiala is good. Florian Wirtz is good. Tony Cruz. I mean, he's getting a little old, but passing the ball, he's pretty good still. Same with Modric. You know what I mean? Tushameni is good. Bellingham is decent. There are lots of decent passing players, bro. But the game isn't. It, it, it's not like it's not so much built around that so much anymore. I think players, don't they make more short passes now. You know what I mean? It's kind of difficult, man. It's kind of difficult. Ineos needs to show ruthlessness and sell Ericsson, Casemiro, Rashford, and Sancho. I've never seen decline and loss of pace in real time ever, except for Casemiro. It was scary and sad. I agree with that comment. To be fair, I think I would be one to say I'm still a little bit in denial about his drop off. I feel I'm thinking maybe it's more to do with the fact that we had a long season before, but you never know, guys. It's one of those things. I would like to see more of this. Actually, to be fair, I think Rashford should be playing more at number 9. He's better suited to be a striker than a winger, in my honest opinion, because he doesn't really suit passing as much. It's not really his game. You know what I mean? Big up to you guys coming in. Breaking: Arsenal have made some calls and inquiries for Mikel Moreno. That's going to be an interesting signing. I think he would suit them pretty well, to be honest. You know what I mean? No, 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 bro. I would never do that, bro. Like, really? Like, let me ask you guys a question, right? If you had his name on the back of your shirt, would you stop wearing it for real? Like, I mean, I've seen lots of people in the state in the stadiums wearing his kit on match day last season. So it's pretty interesting that you would make that comment, Compost, because I've seen other people wearing it on match days. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take it off my kid. You know what I mean? I just felt like it's a situation that it's not something that I could say happens, but it's a complicated situation and all the facts are not out. You know what I mean? We're only seeing one side of the story, to be fair, right now, in my honest opinion. Cruz versus De Bruyne, versus Fernandez to settle the discussion. Yeah, you can do that, bro. I think Fernandez is going to come out on top of that, to be fair. Like and subscribe, guys, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I'm going to be live in the morning at 8:30 a.m. UK, maybe 8:45, but definitely around that time to deliver you some updates, which I think there are going to be many. I'm going to check. Let me just double check to see if anything else has broke while I'm here. Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Yeah, just the reports that I came to you guys with earlier. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me again for the second time today. Big up to all of you joining. Brendan, big up to you, my bro. Big up to you, Compost Smurf. Big up to you, Mindful. Big up to you, Gattuso. Big up to Goals for George. Big up to you, Dean Smith. Abel, shout outs to you, homie. And big up to you, Kenny Fan TV. What's good, Kazi? I hope you're well. Yo, Yali, we'll be talking more about this tomorrow because I'm supposed to be getting a little brief with all the latest news to prepare my show in the morning. So I will be talking more in depth on this information tomorrow, guy. So hope you join me in the morning. You know what I mean? Big up to you, J United. Big up to you, GB. What's good, you guys? Big up to you. I hope Tommy Boyle have a great day, broski. Thank you for coming in. Big up to you, Sal from Stretty Post. I hope everything is good. I will be tuning into your morning show in the morning, bro, and I will be checking it out. Have a great one. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you guys again in the morning. Big up to you, Mental Ball Game. Yo, 31 likes, 410 subs. Keep it coming, guys. Smash those likes. And I know if you enjoy the content, guys, don't be afraid to smash a like. Every time you like it, it shares the channel to another unsuspecting football fan that might be a great new addition to this community. Let's get this community growing. Let's grow to 1K by the time the season kicks off, guys. Come on, let's go. Yeah, goals for George, I think is a good decision on both parts. And I think the way I've heard De Zerbi spoken about the player, I think he's going to be in safe hands with a manager that's going to protect him and develop him to the best he can be. And I also have a bet running with Will. I think it's Will Expressions is his name. He has a channel on YouTube as well. We have a little bet running that in the next 18 months, this guy is going to be one of the top nominations for the Ballon d'Or. And guys, I think I'm going to win that bet. You know what I mean? Because he says no, and I'm saying yes. So guys, stay tuned for more updates on that. And if you guys play the FPL, check in the community page, guys. Go to the community page and come on, join the FPL crew. We're going to be playing. I'm working on something. Might be able to be giving a gift at the end of the season for that. We will be giving more information on that in 2 weeks when I confirm. But big up to all of you joining. And yes, Mental Ball Game, I broke 400 this week. Let's break 500 at the end of this one. So catch you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow to give you some more updates. Don't forget, it changes the dynamic now that Manuel Ugarte has put in a transfer request. There's some reports that, Xavi Simons, his head has turned. He's probably on his way to United. Let's see for the breaking news on that coming on in the next few days. Also, maybe Matthias de Ligt is going to change some things and make another transfer request as well. Let's see how these deals progress. But I guarantee you guys, you're going to be hearing certainly this next few days, you're going to be hearing multiple terms, all terms agreed, player on his way for a medical. Guys, thank you for joining me. It's been your boy, Mark, an MUFC fan, with a daily update, Manchester United news, and a little bit of my views. Big up to all of you joining me. I'll catch you guys later.